All right, all right. What's going on, guys? It's Friday. Apologies about the tech glitch yet again this week. It's Friday, February 3rd, 2023. Having another tech glitch today, so had to make another link again, like we had to do earlier this week. So anyway, here we are on we're on our other streaming platform, which is why it's in 720 today instead of 1080. But it's all good. Anywho, market's kind of ripping today. Unemployment is down. And something else went also in the right direction. Um, yeah, non-farm payrolls surged 517K and unemployment went down by 0.1. So there we have it. Let's go ahead and jump in the chart because it is a lot of stuff is moving pretty well today. So let's go ahead and jump on in. We're making new highs. It's a crazy day. When do we even draw these highs up here? Oh, whatever it is, it respected it. All right. So today I told myself I'd be cautious. Last Friday we got chopped apart like pretty bad. So today, this Friday, I'm gonna be kind of going slow and steady, but we are just kind of ripping for a lot of the day. Unfortunately, for that like 10, 15 minutes or so that I was like resetting everything up, we had plenty of rippage going on in the marketplace here. It really, yes, I sat down here like 20 minutes ago, just trying to get everything all set up, and tech glitches galore. It's always fun. But we'll look for some opportunities today. Let's see, this went from 80 and dropped down to 74. So there can definitely be some pretty big swings today. It's 8,600 contracts. Yeah. Yeah, so with all this momentum, we are still going to be pretty cautious on the day today. Pulling back to 41.85, which is kind of right there at the 9 EMA. We're above the upper band of the volume weighted average price. Typically, when we're above the upper band, we do tend to get some pullbacks like this one here and like this one here. But this is followed by some bounces pretty well. We are kind of on the pull down of this cooling candle right here on the TTM on the 1 minute side. We're in a paper trade at 84.50, and we're looking for a push up through 86 on this, up to 86, but I want to go through. Okay, so we got that 300 on that trade on the paper side. What's going on, Tony? Good to see you. That's awesome. I'm glad you did too. Nice big pop up there to 88. I'm going to jump over to our evaluation side. We're kind of coming up and testing these highs. New cyan candle here going from 4.6 to 5.2. There's a ton of momentum on the day. So I get entry there at 91 and a quarter. I'm looking to get out of 92. Inside my eval. Wow, this is moving down quick on us. Holy moly. Wow. I might have to cut that. Got 1 second left in this candle. I don't know. I'm gonna cut this here.
Order filled.
Loss of 250 on that plus fees. So it's a loss of 260 there in our 100K account, which is definitely not nice. There's a lot of pullback off that, and I bet you it's just gonna bounce right back up. But that's very frustrating. My fault though. I think it was a little too, potentially too aggressive. There's so much momentum on the day that it's I think it can be easy to be overly aggressive. And there's a lot of price action. I keep ending up here when we're up here at these dang highs, and I really hate trading at the highs. It is my least favorite way to trade. And all week we've just been trading at the highs. It's very frustrating. I guess we just need to be, I don't know, start the stream earlier or something. It's 5.4 to 5.8 up to 6.0 on this on the TTM side. 9's above the 12. The 26 is diverging from the 35 though, so we likely will get a pullback soon. I'm gonna cut this trade. Gave back our paper profits on the day. I'm not going to have a day like last Friday because that basically account I had to restart for the most part. I didn't have to reset it, but it's close. Why start earlier? Because every single day that I've got on this week, by the time it's 7:30, which is my normal trade time, we're already hitting highs on the day, and it's like it's significantly more challenging to trade at the highs for me than it is to just trade when it's on the reverse trend. Trend reversal is by far dramatically easier to trade. And so essentially what's been happening for a lot of the week is showing up in my normal trade time. By that point, we've already had all these like massive rips to the upside, and then I'm trading the chop at the top. And the top chop is, well, it's choppy versus really smooth trend reversals that seem to happen lately at like 645, which is not as like, just hasn't been that way for the last like 9 months. So I think you need to be aware that we're in a fresh quarter of a new year, and the market is moving differently than it has for the last 9 months. So I'm going to reassess the way that I'm trading here. I don't know that I'm going to get a trend reversal to the downside though, but we are just super choppy above the upper band of the VWAP. So I mean, we're ripping between like 92 and 87. So and a lot of crazy price action on each candle. When I say crazy price action, I'm talking about this coming up and hitting 90 and having 86 at the bottom. So I mean, that is a insane amount of ticks in one candle. And it just, the reason why I say earlier is because like if you take a look at this, like this had this pullback, and then we could have just played a red yellow, and it's a lot smoother in that regard. And this was at what, 7 o'clock. So that's why I'm saying that I may just want to start earlier, because all like pretty much since the new year, but moreover the last 2 weeks, it's been incredibly just the majority of the moves are starting to happen at like 6:45 instead of at 7:30. It has been though the last 9 months. We would get here around 7:30, and then we'd be like perfectly set up for most trend reversals. But I do like the 7:30 time slot. It's what fits my lifestyle. All right, so we may see a pullback to the EMA 35 there. I'm gonna short this. I'm short off 83.75. And I'm looking for a pullback down to like 83. Looking for a pullback really down to 80. Gonna cut this, take that profit. We made 400 on that trade. We're back up 150 on the day in the paper side. We may get a bounce here off the EMA 35. And I don't know if I'm going to trade any more on the evaluation today. Just because we got chopped up so heavily last Friday in the market. And going for that bounce off the EMA 35. In long at 82.50, looking to get out of 84. From 3.5 to 2.3, I'm going to reduce this down to 83. Bing, bing. And I'm going to switch this to 4 ticks since we do seem to be getting about a $1 move in between candles really easily. Does look like we're about to switch to some downward move here. This one I'm just looking to get out of so I can start going to the short side. I learned how to say how much time is left yesterday in Vietnamese. Like how much time is left in this candle, and I forgot it already. Little pop there. Not going to take a short off that because we are getting that hammer candle. There's that pullback. So TTM and the moving averages suggest short, but we are getting this hammer candle here. So that could mean that we're getting some buy pressure there off this massive sell pressure that came in. There's more sell pressure coming in now. If we drop below the EMA 35, our next move down is down to 77.5, or I'm just going to call it 78, really. But it's down to this 50 moving average. 78 is about $5 lower than where we're at now. We did pull back again to the EMA 35 and touch it. You can see right there on that wick. Now we're pulling down to just below it. Taking a short right here. Entered short off 80.25. And I do see more buyers stepping in. So we are getting that 35 bounce. I'm going to cut that. take that little loss. Down 300 on the day in the paper side. Still looking for the flow. Oh, let's see. Why are you surprised you can paper trade? Oh, it was like market sense movement and stuff like that. For the most current contract, it will the easiest way that I find the most current contract, honestly, is I look at it in TOS. Because TOS will only display the current contract. And so if I'm in like Tradeovate or something like that, where it allows me to choose like upcoming contracts and allows me to choose even like some previous contracts for a while, or even multiple different contracts, I just choose the one that is in TOS. That's the easy part for me. So that's how I do it. Because if I just search ES in Thinkorswim, then it will pull up the proper one, and then I just type that one in Tradeovate. That's how I do it. And then I just trade that one for the quarter until they update contracts. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We're chilling at like 285 now. We got a doji on that. We are pulling back towards the 50. I'm gonna try for another short. Could be wrong again. All right, we made 200 back on that. Pulling back to the 50 EMA. May see a bounce off here. I'm gonna look for red to yellow move on the TTM. And for a red to yellow move, that's what I'd actually like to take in the eval side, is a red to yellow. Pulling back below the 50. So like I said, movement of around 78 to 77 was what I was expecting. We're here at 77 right now. It's a pretty reasonable amount of downward momentum on the TTM, from 3.9 to 4.8 to 5.3. So that's kind of balancing right there. Let's put this at like 8 ticks, and I'm gonna join the bid. Join the bid long off at 80. $4.8 to 5.1, long 80 in the paper side, 5.1 to 5.4. We're getting this leveling off. I do think this is going to come up. Got a Mario on that. Good one. $5.1 to 5.2. I'm going to bid off 81 in my eval side. I'm looking for a move up to 83. Guess I should have entered off at 80 like I was expecting to, but let's take that profit.
Order filled.
Got out 3 ticks. We made back 60 some odd bucks in the eval side. So we still have some work to do. We made like 8 ticks on this one, where we got an 80, got out of 82. Getting a red to yellow flash. We join the bid. Wow, that filled me so late, and it filled me very high. 5.1 to 5.0. Damn, I meant to take that in the eval. Wait for a pullback maybe to like 82.
Order filled.
Entered long at 83 and a quarter. We're gonna get out at 84. Which is just about the peak of that candle, and we're pulling back. Don't you pull back on me. I definitely should have waited for the pullback to 82, because that was a very nice entry there. So I think I need to work on my pullback entries. I could be having a hard time on pullback entries due to FOMO.
Order filled.
We did get that trade. Now we're down 127 in our 100K account. We also got that on the paper side. We're up 700. We have a possible crossover inbound. We are getting the red-yellow move, which is our favorite move. So let's see, 4.8 to 4.5 to 3 point something or other. So this is moving great on this side. Watch out for potential resistance along 85. Going to zoom in here. Remember, our top of the day is 92. It's moving pretty fast. I just bought market at 86.50. I may experience some pullback, but I think that we're going to bump up to 90. So nine is now getting above 12. We have a possible crossover of the 12 and 26 inbound, and this red to yellow is working out really well, really strongly. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 greens in a row, which means we probably need a red candle. If we do get a red, I'd only really expect to pull back to like 84, but it's looking pretty strong. Like we're just going to continue to rip off 85. I have a lot of like nervousness today, because of the market movement. So and because of that first eval trade that lost us like 260 bucks. Still grateful that I cut it, because it never came back up towards that zone. As far as the eval goes, we're up 776.42 out of 2,000. And I believe we started the day up 903.90. Pull back now to 85. $2.9 to 1.3. This looks like a pretty reasonable like pullback and then bounce. So I may look for a bounce off this. Pulling back to 83.75. This could pull back very heavily, so I'm going to actually wait on this. In fact, I may even cut this trade. I'm down 700 in it, which is all my profit on the day. Ding, ding. Yeah, this one I should have cut it. Pulling back down to 81, which is right there on the EMA 35. I'm measuring the TTM right now to see if I should cut this. I definitely should have already cut it back when we're up here, but I just need to see if it's still valid, like at all as a trade. Also, I'm going to reduce the exit point down to 87. Pretty large hammer candle there. Let's see, 2.19 to 1.7 to 0.9. So we're getting some pretty strong still movement on the TTM. We have a possible crossover yet again. This is another attempt at it. 9 is above the 12. I think if this is going to happen. Joining a bit here in the eval side, trying to get off at 84.50. I missed it. I'm going to cut it. There's 30 seconds left in this candle. And it looks like we're about to get a cyan switch plus a crossover. But I'm gonna hold off on this, even though I do think this is gonna bounce. I'm still gonna hold off just in case there's a pullback down to like 83 or something. I don't want to be caught in that. As far as the validity of this trade goes, we're going from 0.8 to 0.3. Possible crossover still. I don't like that down wick. This is getting closer to looking like a failure. With the cyan still building. But that 9 and that 12 have to cross that. If they don't cross this 26, then this thing will likely continue to fail downward pretty badly. And so, and I'm already currently caught in that. It says the science, which is why I'm holding through this. It is 8:07 at the moment. More upwick. Getting another Mario. 10 seconds left in this candle. Now it's looking like failure on this. 0.3 to 0.8. Still half a point move on the TTM. So again, not cutting it as a result of that. 26 is traveling downward. So because the 26 SMA is traveling downward, that also gives us a little bit of confirmation on this move. But it is certainly playing out for a much longer period of time than I would have wanted to see. As far as the long-term chart goes, the 3-minute chart, we are declining at a reasonable rate on the TTM. Okay, so we did get the cyan, but we're going from 0.3 to 1.0. But we got a red dot on there. We finally got this new candle. Sometimes it just feels like the minutes are long. Like, what's that Metallica line? The minutes seem like hours. Oh, no. 9 is dipping below the 12. Looks like this crossover is going to fail. I'm going to cut this trade, and we'll try again. So we were paused 700, and trying to get out of this trade. Doesn't seem to be filling my order. But we're currently in this, we're down. Okay, so now we're down 350 on the day. Yet again. 0.3 to 0.9 to 1.4. So we're still stacking on the TTM, but I think that we're going to need to see a green dot here. And I think that we're going to need to see this crossover happen. But you saw that this crossover actually failed along these lines. It is bouncing quite well along the EM35. We are still stacking slightly on the TTM from 1.4 to 1.5. I'm not even going to call that a stack. It's basically flat. But I don't think this pullback is necessarily going to last. The 9 did cross below the 12, though, so that does indicate more downward move. But look at the 26 that's also coming down along with it. So the 12 and the 26 are practically right next to each other. The 26 is at 83.29, and the 12 is at 83. So they're one tick apart. So I think this is still more inclined to go up, not down. I'm going to actually put this on 12 ticks, and then I'm going to try to join the bid off 83.50. Missed the entry. Took the entry off at 84, which means I'm looking for a move up to 87 now. So there's that crossover that did happen. 1.4 to 1.9 to 2.1 on the TTM1. Remember that we are still pulling back on the longer time frames in terms of the TTM. So I don't know that I'm going to go for 12 ticks. Seems a little aggressive. I'm going to put it there at 85.50, which would be a 6-tick move. 1.9 to 2.1. 15 seconds left in this candle. Getting some nice up wick on that, or I should say, whatever, down wick hammer style candle. We did get that trade. We made back 300 on that one. Switching over to green dots on the TTM. Going from 1.9 to 2.4 to 2.9. Another big up wick on that candle. Pulling back to the 9 EMA and dropping it again. Here's that chop that we've been dealing with for this last half hour or so. So currently we're down 127 in our evaluation. Our first trade, we lost a bunch. We lost 260 on our first trade. We made some back here. We made some back here. We made about half of it back off these 6 ticks in total. See? King Alpha keeps sending out the same notification every 30 minutes. Gonna watch out for resistance on here. The upper band of the VWAP is right there at 41.90. But I think that an upward move from here is a little bit more sustainable than the original upward move. Pulled back to, where did we pull back to? We pulled back to 84.50. Now we're pulling up to 87. So that was 10 ticks right there. I'm going to put this back on 8, which just seemed to be pretty reasonable. Entered long off 85.75. Look for a move up to... Look for a move up to 87. From 2.9 to 3.3 to 3.7. CTM is stacking with some momentum, but it's small. It's moving kind of slowly, I should say. Nice rip on that, though. We're back up to being 200 on the day. Our peak of the day was up 700. kind of a hard trading day because we're trading up the highs and we are dealing with a lot of chop. So yeah, no worries. No worries, honey. By the way, if y'all chilling, you hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe and ring this bell for notifications so that you guys can know that when we're going live. We are getting a move up here to 88, which is right there on that original resistance that we had put some time ago. All these resistance lines that we put in, like, I don't even know when we put them in. Let's go back like on a, there you can see when we put them in. We put them in there yesterday. Guess we put them there yesterday. $41.92, I believe, is our peak. $41.91.75. And it seems as if we're coming up and we are testing this zone. It's looking pretty strong. TTM moving from 2.9 to 3.3 to 3.9 to 4.6. It's a lot of power behind it now. Getting some resistance there at 90. I don't think that resistance is going to last. Join the bid off at 90. I'm looking for a move up to 92 to test these new highs for a break of the upper band of the volume weighted average price. If we get some pullback, it's probably likely going to be on this candle, if not the next candle. But you can see a lot of the sell orders kind of stepping in right there. In fact, I'm gonna just try to take this profit here. Ugh. Ugh. Yee. Cutting that. Ah, man, I am struggling to find my flow today, which I've had a couple of days this week like that. But as you guys know, my least favorite trading is trading when it's like today, where we're riding along the top. Like when it's just an endless bullish move, that's my least favorite form of trading. My favorite is when we're more or less following wave patterns, or when we're getting trend reversals. Like this would have been a really nice trend reversal here. So we got that downward trend. That would have been a really nice trend reversal here. So this whole section from like here to here would have been a really nice trade. I'd say like here to here, which was about like pretty much the open until about 7:30. So the first hour of the market. We got heavy resistance up there at 90. So 41.90. I do think that I think there's a pretty good likelihood that we'll see 4,200 on the day. But there's going to be a lot of rips and a lot of pullbacks. There's a ton of volume today. So price action is going to be all over the place. Day so far, we've been up like 700. We've been down. I think our lowest down was like, I don't remember our lowest down. I think it was like 550 or something like that. But definitely a challenging day. We're gonna wait for trend reversals and see if we can take micro trend reversals on the day and see if what we can do. See if what we can do is make it seem like we're going like this, like we're looking for these red yellow moves like that. And then we're looking for yellow to cyan. So right now we're getting a cyan to blue. which could result in a downward candle like this. But I'd want to see the blue switch to red. So we've been looking for blue to red. Here's a blue to red move right here, right there, and you can short it down to like the 50 off of that. This was a very classic bounce at the EMA 50. Join the bid here, long off at 84.50 for a bounce. I'm gonna switch to scalping, even though there is momentum. We're pulling back to the 50, so I don't love that. We're being extra cautious in our evaluation today. Basically, last Friday we were halfway to our funding, and then we got chopped up like really badly on a day just like this last Friday. So Fridays have been crazy last few weeks. 41.82, pulling back some. I'm gonna cut this down to 1100 on the day. We've come back from worse. We have taken a quite a lot of trades so far, though. Now that I'm looking at this, 52, taking 13 trades, and we normally only take like 17 in a day. Coming up on the 50 EMA there, we've pulled back a lot on the blue candles. I'm having a really hard time getting fills this week in TOS. Like, I hit buy market, I should be filled immediately. And like, that's a market order right there. It should have already been sold. Couple things to look at with the moving averages here. The 50 is actually working its way up towards the 35. If that happens, if the 50 crosses above the 35, then we'll likely end up in downward momentum. I'm gonna take a look at the longer time frames. We're coming up on 8:30 on the day. By the way, guys, if you guys are chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. It really does help the community grow. Helps a lot of people get value because it does show this out to more people. More likes and subscribes we get, YouTube will show this to more people. It also helps our Discord community grow as well, though. Let's see, from 26 to 24 to 23 to 20 to 19.9 to 18.6, 17.7. So 18.6 to 17.7 on the 5-minute side. 3-minute side, taking a look. We're popping back up through 87 now. 3-minute looking like 7.29 to 6.6 to 5.0 to 4.8 to 4.5. That's on the current one. So 4.8 to 4.5, we're getting some kind of leveling, so we may actually get like a switch to cyan, back to cyan. We don't belong. There's been a reasonable amount of resistance up there at 87 and 88. 0.6, 1.0. Those are flat. Volume's still looking good, but if you notice, the volume did die down pretty heavily because we were trading like 5,000 to 7,000 contracts a minute. Now we're trading like, we've got some that are like 1,000, like closer to 2,000, I'm going to say, like 2,000 to 3,000. And then there is like some that are like 4 or 5. But if you notice, the volume did drop off some. Like this one was 1905. This one was 3,500, 3,500, 3,600, 2,700. 1900. Of course, I'm estimating or rounding, I should say, not estimating. My nose is stuffy. 9 is back above the 12, and it's still in the above the 26. We're pulling back again pretty heavily. Very choppy day. Super choppy. Make sure you guys stay careful out there. So, how is everyone else doing though? Are you guys doing decently on the day? Let me know if you're red or yellow. Red or green. Red to yellow. I'm stuck on the GTM. By the way, guys, if you guys are chilling, hanging out, if you guys are interested in earning funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These are awesome. They do allow you to earn funding as low as $10,000 and as high as 300K. Just make sure that when you go through and take a look at these, that you click the See More Details link on each plan type. There's the one-step evaluation plans, the fast track plans, the end of the day drawdown evaluation plans, and the static drawdown evaluations. So all of them work just a little bit differently, but if you just click the See More Details links, then you'll be able to understand exactly how these operate and how they work. The more traditional style is the end of the day drawdown that you'll find at most prop firms. There's the speed trial, if you will, the fast tracks. These ones have a time limit, so I only suggest that you go into these if you have a really proven strategy. There's the one-step evaluation, which is what I'm working on, and that is the 50. I'm working on the 50K evaluation, which has a profit target of 3,000 and a trailing max drawdown of 2,000. Allows me also 8 contracts in the mini, and I'm also working on the 100K static evaluation, which has a $2,000 profit target, but only 2 contracts in the mini. So if you guys are looking to earn funding, use the link in the description to check these guys out, and the promo code JSBEST, that's JSBEST, in order to lock in a lifetime discount on that, and make sure that you're taking advantage of those things. And if you are chilling, say what up in the comments. Just just say hi. Let us know that you're here. All right, we're pulling back to the 35 again. This time though, we're on red candles on the GTM. I'm gonna take a short here off 83.75. I'm looking for a short back down towards the 50, which is down there at 82. Oh, gosh. That's like I said, guys, this is my least favorite type of trading. Is when we're trading at these highs like this, where we're just getting these like unreasonable rips in the marketplace. Currently the ES is down, actually, shockingly, 0.1% on the day. Getting another EMA 35 bounce. I took that short off that 35, looking for another move back towards the 50, which has happened a couple of times now. And it just straight up rejected it and started popping up yet again. We've got this little micro ABCD pattern here. has resistance at 90. That's our long at 87.50. Maybe back 200 on that one. Or 250. I think I need to trade on a lot more on technical analysis today. As opposed to the main way I normally trade, which is utilizing my moving averages and indicators. But technical analysis might be the way to trade today, which means we got resistance up here at 90, and we're pulling back to like 88. Went long off 88.50. I also think I'm going to try to focus on scalping more. Let's go with 3 and just work within 3 ticks on the day. Another pop up there through 90. This time getting a cyan switch. Jumping over the we are hitting new highs yet again. New high being 92.50. I had actually thought about taking that pullback, but kind of missed it. The TTM is kind of going nuts here, so do you think that we're going to continue to pop up through this? Went long near the high at 92.50. I went long basically because of the TTM. I do think that we have opportunity to push up through this, probably up to even 95. But I'm going to put this at 94.50, which I think is reasonable. The upper band of the view app is there at 92. And the TTM is stacking decently, 0.2 to 1.2 to 1.7 on the TTM. We're pulling back to 91.50 though, so we're down about 4 ticks in this trade. Join the bid on 92 in my 100K account, looking for a move up to 92.75. Damn, we're getting more pullback than I want on this. There's like 25 seconds left in this candle. There's a good amount of buying pressure, but it is hitting strong resistance there. We ended on a doji on that.
Order filled.
All right, we did get that trade. It was more than a minute long. Just always kind of nerve-wracking. We're almost back to flat in our 100K account. Whew. Like I said, I'm trying to be extra cautious on trading today. I think this is going to pop to 95. I certainly have a lot of ground to make up in the on the paper side. 2.7 to 3.6 on the TTM. We're running into resistance at the upper band of the VWAP, which is this kind of peachy colored line here. I don't like that that's hitting a double doji on in the middle of this candle a couple of times. Should have a new candle now. There we go. This one opened above the VWAP, but I should say above the upper band. 3.7 to 4.7. That peaked at 93.75 is where that peaked. I'm somewhat tempted to take another trade in my evaluation because I do think that this is going to continue to move to the upside. But I cut that one for a micro profit. $3.7 to 3.7 to 4.8 to 5.5. We're still moving at a pretty strong factor on the TTM to the upside. 1 second, y'all. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Got a Mario candle on this one. Some pullback though. 50-50 on buyer sellers. Pulling back to 93. Well, Tiny, if you look at last Friday also had like very similar volume. Oh yeah, I'm still here. We still here. I did get some. Yeah, we got some of our funds back in the eval. We're only down now about $66 in the evaluation, so not bad. So we did make a pretty reasonable amount back. We're taking smaller trades. Take a look at our performance on the day. We're down $61.64. We're currently at 75% accuracy. We've only taken 4 trades today. 75% on the day. If I go check out like this quarter, which is basically since Jan 1 till now, here's our accuracy here, which is 90% accuracy and 10% losing. So we have a 90-10 accuracy rating. We've actually only taken 4 losses this year in the 100K account. But one of them was pretty large. One of them was $325. This is our biggest loss. And if you think that the vast majority of our wins are about 75 to something like that, usually around $75 for the win, minus the fees, which comes out to about $66. 325 is pretty large. Our other large one here was 200, and then 150, and then 250. What? These are our results. We've taken 36 trades. We've taken 40 trades. We won 36 of them. So that is in the 100K account. Big drop down here. Sell. This sold off all the way from the highs of the day near 95, which is at like 93. Kind of glad we cut this. Sold all the way down. This sold off 40 ticks. Yo, that's crazy, dude. That's so much sell off there. This was 6,700 contracts on that sell off candle on the first candle. And the second one was almost 9,000 contracts. 8,600. Is this the beginning of this trend reversal to the downside? Or will it bounce again above the 50? Right now, we're pulling back to 81. It's the drama of it, you know what I mean? The drama of it all. I mean, we've just been on a constant tear, though, since the opens. I mean, like, it makes sense to get some pullbacks. Pullbacks are not bad, but they can feel bad. I just threw a level in there at 80 just because we've pulled back to 80 several times. If you look at this actually pulled back to 80 on this candle, ripped all the way back up to 86. Like, that price action is crazy. That is insane price action. So this is what I meant about bouncing yet again off the EMA 50. And there it is, pulling back up to the 50 yet again. Dude, that is nuts. This pulled all the way down to 80 and then ripped all the way back up to 87. That's a 28 tick move right there in a minute. And this is a 40 tick move in 2 minutes. Actually, it's more than that because this pulled all the way back to 81 off of 93. So 12, that's a 48 tick move. Dude, that's nuts, man. This is insane movement on the day. Super choppy. Pulling up to the EMA 35 now. Now it looks like 90 may become our new support level. Took a long there at 89 and a quarter. Actually 89 and a half. And look for a move up to 90 and a quarter. I really wanted to get in at 89 and a quarter, but you know, whatever. This is a crazy trade day, man. I'm pretty glad that we're only down 60 something bucks in our eval, but we were down 260 off that very first trade, so it was like, don't want that to set the tone for the day, you know what I mean? Cutting this. Jeebus. All the way down to 1550 now. That is our peak low of the day. I have some Amazon trades going on right now, so I just want to take a look and see what Amazon's doing on the day. Oh, good. We're getting some pullback on it. I was thinking about picking up more shares of this. I got an 81 on Amazon in my live stock account. So jump back to 20 days. Yeah, there we are. This is where we bought. It's right in here, which is nice. And we bought in this time frame. We bought down at 81, like 90 or something like that. Just under 82. That's where we bought our Amazon trade. Just a couple of shares, not very many, but it's performing well, so that's nice. Yeah, that isn't that pretty crazy to think about. Like we're doing this much volume and this much choppiness and contracts and everything like that, and we're already we're already nearing the lunch hour. Crazy action on the day. Gratefully, we're only down $66 in our evaluation, or 64 or something like that. I don't remember, but I don't really feel like losing any more than that. Days like this when it's this choppy, man, I just need to be very, very, very cautious. But it's like really challenging to determine direction. Like when you get these this is like a falling knife that fell down here. Oh, we're on Amazon. Sorry. I'm like, that's not right. But like that was like a falling knife all the way down to the 50, and then like we just bounced off it like it was nothing. Now we're dipping below 50 again. Movement available down to 80. I took a really quick short off that for 2 ticks, but it had changed my contracts because I went and looked in Amazon. This is looking far more like availability for the downside. Moving averages are in downward form. TTM is in downward form. All right, made back 150. It is kind of bouncing a little bit more than I'd like to see, contributing even further to said chop. We may get another red to yellow. If we do, then we'll go long again. 3.0 to 3.6 to, let's do 2.0 to 3.0 to 3.4. Looking more like a potential again for red to yellow. Finding support there off of 84, 83, 84. It's kind of like, how long can this go on for? But you guys know me, I prefer trend reversals. Trend reversal up, trend reversal down, doesn't really matter. I just prefer trend reversals. I'd rather not be trading along the highs. It's my least favorite way of trading. 12.9 to 10.4. But, I need to get better at trading in every market, regardless of what the market is, whether or not I like it or not. It's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. 3.2 to 2.7 to 2.4 to 1.2. It's on the TTM 3. If this pulls back, I can see availability back down to 80. There it is. That was so fast. Wow. Oh my. Another huge sell-off candle. This time again, currently at 7,000 contracts. Try to take advantage of the short move. It did fill me at the bottom of that candle, which is not what we wanted to see. But moving to 3.0 to 5.4 to 6.7. So that candle ended and closed with 8,300 contracts traded. This one's already at 4,700. And a lot of them are people actually covering their shorts. As you can see, it's bouncing off of that 75, which is actually where we went short, was on 75. So I'm going to cut this again. I kind of expected this to be a two-parter candle, like the original falling knife that happened. But a lot of people covered their shorts there, and now this one's opening higher, opening towards 78. 5.4 to 6.2 to 6.9. Guessing you're headed towards 41.69. However long it take to get there, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I absolutely hate trading at the highs, but there's just like some days, especially this last like 2 weeks, where we're just like run up, we hit highs, and we just ride it for like the whole day. And it can get really frustrating because you end up missing entire trade days. And when like if you stay out, but at the same time, like you don't want to be trading near those highs either because it's sketchy. 6.2 to 6.5 to 6.7. We did have a flash of a yellow there. A red yellow move would be an interesting move, but since we're putting in nearly 10,000 contracts in shorts, there is probability of continued movements like this, these massive market grabs. Dude, TOS is so slow recently, man. I don't know if it's their switch over to Schwab, but yo, this is like unacceptably slow. And it's been like this all week. I've never had this problem on the paper side. I've had it on the live side before, which is even worse. But it's not very common. It especially is not common for me to have it on a daily basis. But I've been dealing with this every day this week. 6.5 to 6.0, moving to the yellow on the TTM. Now 6.1. Boom, boom. Pulling back down to 80. Now back down to 79. 6.5 to 6.4 The red yellow move is looking less enticing for this particular area here. Meow, meow, meow. So that one actually ended red. So it went yellow, red. 6.5 to 6.5 to 6.3. I have less confidence in this red yellow move. Yeah, for sure. -6.4. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It really does help the community grow. $6.5 to 6.3, but hitting very strong resistance there at 80. You see our Mr. 10,000 contract, or whoever this guy is, that's dropping these like crazy numbers, is deciding to stay out right now at this particular point in time, or it's just accumulating. But he's not dropping these, big dumps on us right now at this moment. 6.3 to 5.7. Rejection off of the 12 EMA. You're going to cut that. Pretty poor trading day on my part. But gratefully, we did make most of our losses in the evaluation. And that's really what matters, is the evaluation. I'm really trying to take my time on that eval and make sure to get it right. It might be the change over to Schwab, but whatever it is, the last week of TOS has been like so unreliable in terms of its speed that I'm like putting limit orders there, and then like it'll run through my limit order and just run on past it and never fill it. And like it shouldn't do that, because like if I got a limit order that is 50 cents above the buy, and then it runs through it, it's got to run through all those orders in order to get to the next price, and it's just ignoring it. And it's happened a lot of times, which has really led to a lot of really poor trading and some bad entries, as well as bad exits. Because that's another thing too. Like you've heard and you've seen it on the stream a lot this week, where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take these profits that are here right now. I hit markets, like sell market, and then I'll just watch it just bounce around for like a minute or like 30 seconds or something like that before it finally fills. And by the time it fills, we've actually been in the negative, which has happened a couple times this week. So like, I don't know. I feel like you need direct access routing or something like that at this particular point in time, just because it's been so bad. A little flag on the play there. Often this would be called a bear flag. Upside down cup and handle, which means we might get a little pop this direction and then a drop. You can see that little upside down cup. Let's see about going short off 77 as the entry. I don't know if it'll pop back up that high though. We're back at 75, and it's not looking like we're gonna continue this. Looks like we're working our way towards a trend reversal here at the top of the hour. We are still pretty close to, we're actually in between the trend reversal and the upper the upper area. but it is looking like there's more towards the trend reversal side to the downside. Here's Mr. Super Contract stepping in again. Again, the same amount traded. If you look at this, this big one was 8,300 contracts. This current one is 9,100 contracts. And then we had this other giant one here that was I can get on it. This was 8,600 contracts. And so you can see a pattern. Somebody stepped into the marketplace and somebody's, trading like 8,000 contracts or something crazy, or 7,500, or whatever the case is. But somebody is trading crazy size that is causing these like massive rips or massive dumps. Or a group of somebody's. It's always fascinating to just like see the chart tell you that story. It's kind of interesting, I think. Yeah, tiny. I've actually not experienced that with TOS. I'm one of the rare people that got like a really fast version of Thinkorswim where it just doesn't have all these like lag issues. And so when it happens to me, I'm like, whoa, like this is weird because lag issues just don't happen very often on my TOS, including my paper side. So if I'm in my live account or my paper account, it's really rare that I would get lag, or if I do get lag, it's like on one candle and that's like it for the day. Unless TOS is just having problems and going down like they were during the GameStop fiasco. Yeah, the on demand makes sense, like because it's loading up a bunch of past data. So the on demand makes sense. Yo, yo, yo. 7.4 to 6.7. I'm sorry, 7.4 to 7.3 to 6.6. Popping up again. Resistance likely at 75. I'm going to throw a level in there. So we had it along this zone. So we had it here. We had it here. It says we have a possible crossover inbound. I don't trust Mr. 8,000 contracts, though. We're up here at the top of the hour. Mr. 8,000 might show up again. 7.3 to 6.5 to 5.6. Popping up some on the TTM. That was a bounce off of 72. That's bringing us up to 77. But again, watch out for Mr. 8,000. Because Mr. 8,000 showed up. He showed up here. Even though this was like switching over to an upward momentum. This one makes a lot more sense, but possible crossover. 9 is still below 12. Basically, because of Mr. 8,000, I'm kind of a little hesitant to even take my normal strategy of the red-yellow move. And so I'm going to wait for the 9 EMA to get above the 12 in order to go long again. The 35 is crossing the 26, though. So that does give us potential for more upward momentum. 9 is currently below 12, and we're dojing sort of at the top of a little pop here. So I could easily see Mr. 8000 stepping in and dumping us down to like 65 or 60, like 9 or something like that. $5.6 to 4.9 to 4.3 on the TTM. It really is like I've noticed that a lot of the day is actually pretty normal movement, with the exception of Mr. 8000. And so but honestly, it's because of Mr. 8000 that I'm like hesitant to trade, because if you look at these numbers here, as far as the volume goes, anytime that we're not dealing with Mr. 8000, we got 2500, we got 3300, 2100, 2000, 2700. And so it's very similar to normal trading volume, with the exception of Mr. 8000. So every time he steps in, that's where we see these like crazy moves. And I don't know if it's him, I don't know if it's one guy, I don't know if it's a group of people or whatever, but whatever the case is, they trade the same amount of contracts at given intervals. 4.9 to 3.7 to 2.8. It's not to sound conspiratorial. It's just literally just reading numbers, reading the charts, and seeing what you see, finding the story within the numbers. Numbers always tell stories, and it's really important to be able to read what numbers are saying to you. 4.9 to 3.7 to 2.6. Entered long off 78 3/4, and I'm looking for an exit. I'm gonna put the exit at 80. $3.7 to 2.6 to 1.5. This is definitely looking stronger for another upward move. We have a possible crossover. We're moving towards a cyan switch. 9 is still below the 12 though. And we are below the 35, but and the 50 is currently above the 35, so that does not look good in terms of that. I didn't even notice the 50 above, and so I probably should have been more aware of that. Wow. Still have the possible crossover inbound on a down wick. $1.8 to 0.7. So yeah, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. And if you're looking to earn funding in the futures market, check out Elite Trader Funding. Use the link in the description though, and the promo code JSBest so that you can lock in a lifetime discount. 41.77. We're near a crossover. We're near a cyan switch, but the 9 is still below the 12. We do have a Mario candle. We got a doji at the bottom. We do have a lot of indication that we will pop up, but we have some indication that we may not pop up, that we may drop down. Number one, that indication would be the 35 EMA below the 50 EMA. That is more in a bearish form there. 0.8 to 0.4. I do still think that we'll pop up towards the towards 80. Maybe not though. 0.8 to 0.6. There's 2 seconds left in this candle. We basically threw in a double doji. Even though this one's red, it's 1 tick away from a doji. The 9 is still below the 12. Because it hasn't begun to like switch yet, I have continued skepticism. There's that trade there. We did get a cyan switch. 9 is still below 12. We are still below the EMA 35. And we have to make sure that we're watching out for Mr. 8000. Nine is now crossing above 12. Possible crossover inbound. It's not showing it up here, but I can tell. I can see it on the chart. Pulling up to the EMA 50, which is right there at 80. The 35 is beginning to curl to the upside. So that's looking good. It's actually looking a little bit better than it's been looking for a while. 0.5 to 1.5 on the TTM. Watch for a bounce off the EMA 35 there, which is right around 80. Honestly, 80 would have been a really nice entry point, I think. Okay, we did get an entry off of 80, and we're looking for a move up to 82. So 9 is above 12. We're getting another big pullback here. 2,700, 2,700. There's a crossover. 0.5 to 1.2 to 1.9. It's pulling back to 78.5. Running into resistance along 4180, which is right at the EMA 35. We also hit resistance there at the 50 EMA. This crossover may fail, but it does have some indicators working for it, as well as some indicators working against it. So this is kind of a little bit of an experiment. We've got 1.2 to 1.9 to 2.7. So we've got stacking on the TTM. We've got divergence on the 1226. It does look more like it's going to the upside. But we do have heavy resistance there at 4180. Trying to enter long off 41. Okay, entered long 4180 in our 100K account. I actually tried to get it for that pop there, but we kind of missed it. But we are in 4180. I'm looking to get out at 80.75, which is right at the top of the 50, or really right at the 50 EMA. We do have 912, 9 above 12. We've got 1226 crossover. We're pulling back some. We do have some cyan on the TTM, so we do have some indicators working for us. This peaked here at 81.75. We're long off 80, which is the resistance zone. We did pop up slightly there. Got one tick below our sell. There's our sell. We officially got into profit on our 100K account today. We're up 420, $4.20. I'm gonna screenshot this. Boop. Let's get the thing right here. Ding. Yep, there we go. Oh, come on. All right, we do have a fair amount of people chilling today. We're up 420 in our eval today. $4.20 after much work. A lot of up and down today. But we're up 420. If y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Really does help the community grow. We did pop up through that. Also, we got that trade on this side as well, which we are down pretty heavily in the paper side. We're down over $2,000, but we did make back like 250 or so on that. What did we make back? 400. We made 400 back on that one. Getting a pullback now, 3.7 to 4.6 to 5.2. We do have to keep an eye out for Mr. 8000 today, because he's been dropping contracts on us like boulders. Another bit here. Try to get that move up to 85, but just missed the entry. Look for an entry off of 83.50. Nope, nothing. Spot market at 85.25. So the TTM has still been pretty reliable on the day, even with Mr. 8000 lurking. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. It really does help the community grow. We do have more viewership today than we do on most of our days. So please, guys, make sure that you like that video, subscribe to that video, and all that type of stuff. It does help the community grow. Speaking of communities, we do have an amazing Discord group. It's just joelstraight.com/Discord. However, there's also a link in the description as well. Inside of our Discord community, we do talk about futures trading, entrepreneurship, philosophy, different kinds of trades as well. So we do talk about a wide variety of topics. It is a free Discord group community, and we would love for you guys to join in there. We do have some awesome traders. We got people like Long Haul. We got Origin Code. We got Tiny in there. We got me in there. We got some newcomers like DG. We have some awesome people in there, so we'd love to have you guys there. By the way, if you guys are chilling and you're watching this video, watching the stream right now, make sure that you just throw some comments in there. This is live, so I'd love to have you say hi, say what up. Currently sitting down $50 in this trade on the paper side. Now 100, just kind of like riding along it. 5.7 to 6.3 to 6.7, kind of getting some leveling off on this as well. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. I'm going to try and keep just do little bits at a time today. Try and come back a little bit. We have been streaming for almost 2 hours today, though. We've taken significantly more trades than we normally do. I am grateful that we were able to get into profit on our 100K, even if it's a micro profit. It's still better than taking a loss. And it's just kind of funny that it's up 420. Kind of funny that it's up 420. Boop, 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 boop. Getting a nice little pop there. 6.3 to 6.7 to 6.8. Looking for some opportunities here. Thank you guys so much to all the new subscribers as well. We do love and appreciate you. We're about 14 subscribers away from hitting 300. And then for that moment, we will be the mighty 300. The 300 Spartans that are trading this crazy futures market. Battling. Oh, dude, look at this candle here. Look at this particular candle at 9:14. Look at the volume on it. It's all fours. It's 44.44 on the volume. Like, dude, I don't know if y'all like numerology or anything like that, but 44.44, like all fours is considered to be a pretty important number. And just look at that nice rip that came off of that 44.44 candle. Just for fun. 6.7 running back down to 6.3, now to 5.8. We have a little bit of a flag on this play. You can see the flag forming right here. There's the post. Here's the flag for it. Possibly look for a bounce off 83. I think we kind of missed that little bounce there. See if I can get in at 83.50. I don't know if we'll pull back though. Yeah, there's that bounce on that flag. Tried to join the bid there at 84.50. Just ran on past me. This one. Been dealing with lag issues so bad this week, and especially today. You can see just like when I go to drag it, like it's like having lag problems. 6.9. We're actually getting a cyan switch here. We're getting very close to one. It's pulling back to like 86. Just need to watch out for Mr. 8000. The rest of the market's moving just fine. It's really is just Mr. 8000 that's causing this problem here. This is a nice pop up though, up to 87. This was that flag that we saw there down at 83. From 6.0 to 6.3, now to 6.4. I'm gonna actually go short here. Or not. Dude, did you see how long that took to fill, man? Ended up filling me at like 87. I tried to go short off like 88 something. I switched this over to a market order. Still is not letting me out yet. It's just bouncing around. We ended up going flat on that, even though we were up 150 because of the lag issues that we're dealing with. We have another flag here, as you can see. There's a little micro flag right there. Coming up, hitting resistance, or testing rather, 88. I don't really know if I'd call it resistance. But there is a resistance line that we have put in here. We are getting a pretty strong move up here as we approach 930. Again, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Help the community grow. Join in the Discord community and all that. Say what up. We'd love to have you guys there. Don't be antisocial. We are we're one of the few places online where we're not going to be mean. So this is definitely a nice and safe place for you to be able to say hello. Whew. Also, guys, again, if you are trying to earn funding in the futures market, check out Elite Trader Funding. You guys are awesome. Some of the best customer service in the industry. Some of the best customer service. You can earn funding as low as $10K and as high as $300,000. There's also some of the other plan styles, like the end of the day drawdown. These are the ones that you'll find at most prop firms, and these go all the way up to $250K. And then we've got the static drawdowns where you get a $100K or $150. The statics, by far, in my opinion, are the easiest to understand because these just have a straight up drawdown of $625 or $1,250. I'm personally working on the $100K static drawdown, which is what I've been trading today, and the $50K one-step evaluation, which these are kind of nice because you only need to hit your profit target. You only need to go through one step. You don't need to do like double evaluations like you do have to do at a few different prop firms that are out there. So my own personal opinion, I think this is personally one of the best ones out there. They do also provide you a wide variety of software to be able to choose from, which is also something I really like because they support Ninja Trader, they support TraderVate, they support TradingView, they support Rhythmic, and they do provide license keys to a lot of the software out there. Specifically, I know that they provide license keys to Ninja Trader and TraderVate. But provide license keys to TradingView and Rhythmic and other stuff like that as well. So they, in my own personal opinion, they are some of the best that there is. Make sure you guys check them out if you're looking to earn funding in the futures market. We are about halfway to our funding on the 100K account. We're at $908 out of 2,000. And on our 50K account, we got chopped up last Friday when we had a day like this, and we were about halfway. Now we're only about $82 of the way, and we have worked on our trailing max drawdown, bringing that back up to 2,000, which is currently at 770, which is not bad considering, or sorry, 769, but it's not bad considering that we were all the way down to 160 on our trailing max. And so we really did good work in pulling that back up. We've got a flag here with a doji at the bottom, which really kind of shows us some bounces off the 9 EMA. This flag was really probably one of the better flags. Usually after we have multiple flags in a row, I don't like to keep trading them. And if you really look at this, and I pull this chart out a little bit, and we go back to where this this bounce began to happen, you can see that we had the red to yellow trend reversal. Then we pulled back to a doji, and we had this flag form here, which gave us this move, which formed this little micro flag, which gave us this big move, which formed this flag, which gave us this current move that we're on, which is also giving us a flag, which is giving us the move that is currently happening now, that is running into resistance along 88. And so we've hit resistance here at 88 1, 2, 3, 4 times on this current move. We are getting some slowdown on the TTM as well, from 5.6 to 5.1 to 4.7. 5.1 to 4.7. I'm going to call it 4.8 though, because that's really kind of where it ended. 5.1 to 4.8. That's a movement of 0.3. And then to 4.3, so that's a movement of 0.5. So kind of moving towards the downside slightly. This might be the end of this flag, or it might chop out a little bit more along this 9. Give us one more rip. I only say that because the 12 and 26 are so diverged, and the 26 is below the 35. So we do still have some room left in the movement of this, which kind of looks like that's what it's doing. Enjoying the bid right there. Got the entry on a little pullback. Pulling back to 86.50. Now down to 86. Our entry's off 87. We're in 4 contracts off 87. This does look like we are going to continue to move downward, actually. Unless this fills back up to the 90 EMA, I'm out. There we go. Did fill back up to the 90 EMA, popping above it. I'm looking for a move up here towards 90 or 88. Our exit is 87.75. All right, we did get that trade. So that one did work out. It did bounce off of the 12 EMA, which shows that the 9 is beginning to lose some of its relevancy here in the very, very short term. We'll see if we begin to get another cyan candle on the TTM, but we went from 5.1 to 4.8 to 4.2 to 3.9 to 3.4. So we are kind of moving towards the downside. As far as the TTM is concerned, we're getting more bounces along the 9, which is pulling back to like 86. This is pulling back down to the 12. We may bounce yet again off the 12. The 26 is still below the 35, so there may still be room in this move, but after 3 bullish flags, I don't know how much more is left in the tank. Maybe one more move and maybe no more moves. Of course, I could be wrong and it could just skyrocket. 3.9 to 3.3 to 2.7. So still some continued downward momentum on the TTM. This flag is becoming more and more drawn out. I'm going to zoom in on the flag so you can see it, so it's not just so not just like a sideways looking thing. And remember my philosophy on flags. They're not necessarily bull flags or bear flags. They are just flags that show us that there is a momentum move inbound. Because I have seen flags that are quote unquote bullish go like just become a falling knife. I've seen that a lot of times throughout the years. I've also seen bear flags completely flip and rip to the upside. So that's why I began to take the philosophy that flags are just flags, and they do indicate momentum, but not necessarily in what direction. They have a higher percentage, a higher probability if it's a bull flag going in a bullish direction, and a higher probability of a bear flag going in a bearish direction. But eventually they break and they go opposite. This one looks like we're getting some upward momentum here, some upward move. It's not measuring or registering that momentum on the TTM well. So it's going from 2.6 to 2.2 with a red dot. Pulling back to that 9 EMA. .6 to 2.0 to 1.5 on the TTM1. I'm going to probably take a look at some of the longer time frames. We've got to be approaching likely a 5,200 cross of the downside at some point in the near future. And that crossover would indicate pretty heavy move. Currently, though, the 200 is kind of just going sideways. You can see it there below VWAP. So less inclined to think that we're going to go down anytime soon. In fact, on the 3-minute TTM, we're actually getting a cyan switch from 0.8 to 2.5. So there's a high likelihood that we'll actually see continued movement to the upside. I honestly wish that I had checked the longer time frame here, because this would have really indicated some longer moves inbound that we could have taken inside of our evaluation. As far as the 5-minute chart goes, we did get that red to yellow switch around the same time that we got the red to yellow on the 3-minute chart. So as of 9:15, it was at 3.2. And then we went to 2.4 to 1.6 to 1.3 to 0.7, and our next one's going to be at 9:40. So we actually just got this candle a second ago, 40 seconds ago to be precise, which is now popping up towards 88. So this does look like this flag is beginning to pan out. There's that flag that bounced off the 9, 1.6 to 1.6. So this is looking stronger now. May look for an entry off of like 87, 87.50. It was only there for like a very brief second. All right, join the bid at 87.50, and we're looking for a move up to 88.50. How are we in 8 contracts? I don't even have that. What? Yo, that was laggy. That was so laggy, dude. We shouldn't even be able to be in 8 contracts. That's not right. We don't even have that much equity. Y'all saw it here. This is weird. Weirdness happening. So I'm gonna flat that. Dude, that shouldn't have done that. That just straight up put me in 8 contracts. Yo, that was weird. 1.5 to 1.5 to getting roughly a science switch here. We've got resistance here at 88. So as much as I want to take this trade for a potential long, this resistance is pretty heavy. You can see it rejected it here, 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 and here. I mean, it does look like it's going to pop, but... Dude, that's the lag I'm talking about, man. How are you going to put me in 8 contracts? I don't even have that much equity. I can only afford to buy like 4 or 5. That's so whack, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Tiny. Like, I know that I hit join on the price ladder, but it should have straight up rejected, because I actually so I hit join on the price ladder. Then I cut that trade by hitting the flatten button. Then I hit join the bid, and in that process, it must not have flattened out the other one or canceled the order, because yo, that's odd. That's so sketch. Anywho, whatever. It's on the paper account, so I'm not too worried about it. But man, why has it been so laggy this week? It's so odd. Anyway, though, that's so weird. We got traded for a little bit longer than we normally do today. It's Friday. It's got crazy momentum in the, like, just kind of crazy volume today. I'm gonna join the bid. It does look like we're gonna pop through 88 now, and like we're gonna head on up. All right, so we did just make like 250 or something like that off that one. 150. We're on 3 ticks. Took that little micro pop. We've got the 26 is approaching the 12, so we may get some fall down here. And if we fall down, we may fall down to about 85. I'm gonna short right there. Short off 86 and look for a move down to 85. Getting zoomed in. As far as this short goes, I mean, we are stacking on the TTM 3 and the TTM 5. So I do think that we are going to get continued push upward, but just took a $300 loss seemingly for no reason. Like, it's not no reason. I took the trade, so that's the reason. But I say no reason because I shouldn't have taken the trade to begin with. 1.3 to 1.1 to 0.4. We're getting very close to a science switch on the 5-minute chart, which would be looking at 9:45. Switching to the 3-minute chart, which is currently already on a cyan. Heavy resistance there at 88, as y'all can tell. Moving from 4.1 to 5.6. Our next one's going to be at 42, which is in about 30 seconds. We've got this flag right there that you can see on the 3-minute side. There's that push up. 15 seconds for the 42 candle. $5.6 to 7.0. $89.75 being the high. So I was looking to get out at 90. This is probably some of the worst trading I've done this week. TTM is flat on the 1-minute chart, though. If you look at the volume is like... Also, the volume died off, too. I didn't really notice how much the volume had died off. But you can see it's like 1,800 contracts. So, with that volume die off, this momentum may not have what it needs in order to break through 90. Or break even up to 90. I'm out on that. Probably gonna call it for the day. I'm definitely like really not trading well. As opposed to a lot of the days that we've had this week. Everyone getting lunch. I would love to go get some lunch. I think that actually sounds amazing. Amazing, like the candy bar. If y'all are chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. It really does help the community grow. We've had a lot of new subscribers this last couple of weeks. And so we'd love for you guys to join our Discord community and introduce yourselves. Say what up. We love having y'all there. And again, guys, if you want to add, if you want to earn funding in the futures market, be sure to check out Elite Trader Funding. Use the link in the description and the promo code JSBESC to lock in a lifetime discount. And also for every plan type, there's a see more details link that you can click on to understand how they work and what you need to do in order to earn that funding. So make sure you guys click that for whatever plan type you are in, and use the link in the description, the promo code as well, to make sure you get the discount. Super important. So having said all that, guys, I would love to say what up to you guys in the Discord community, where I'm going to do my write up on the day, where I talk about my reflections of my trades. Today is not going to be good, but we got plenty of good days in there as well. We also talk about I share my results in there as well, like things like my gross, my net after fees, um, and sometimes I'll even break it down by how much we made or lost per trade, or per contract or whatever the case may be. And I like to break it down like that sometimes because it just helps me to understand what's working for me on a per trade basis. So yeah, guys, go ahead and join our Discord community. We'll see you there. It's just joelstraight.com/Discord. There's also a link in the description. We'll see you guys there. Thank you so much to everybody who joined in today. Again, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys Monday. Actually, is the market closed on Monday? No, the market's closed on President's Day, which is the 20th. Yeah. So we'll see you guys on Monday, and we'll be there at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern time. We'll see y'all there. Peace.